Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank B Choppin', and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, so jumping straight into this haircut, as you can see I got my Ergos from Gamma, and I actually have my number 8 on my clipper, and all I'm doing is I'm going over the top. I'm bringing all this down to that desired length. I actually recorded this video the first day I used these clippers. I believe I actually put this video in my unboxing video, but I decided to go ahead and turn it into a tutorial. So as y'all can see, that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just going over the top with that number 8 guard. And I do want y'all to know that I did use the dubs, that's the double magnetic guards. I used them on this haircut. However, I did use, this number 8, this regular number 8 that I had to go over the top of his hair. So like I said, guys, this was my first day using these clippers, and for the most part, I'm really rocking with them. Currently, they are my go-to clipper. Yeah, and I really like the way they work. I like the power behind them. I will say they are slightly smaller than the older Ergos, but it's not a big deal, except for when they die and I grab my Ergos, it feels kind of different. But for the most part, it's the same thing. Alright guys, so now I'm going in with my X Evo. This is the trimmer, and all I'm doing is I'm setting in my bald guideline, and we're going to do this all the way around the head. And we are doing a mid-fade, just so y'all know. Also guys, if y'all interested in winning this actual trimmer, well, it's not this actual trimmer, but it's the X Evo. I have an extra one I'm actually giving away, so y'all go back to my last video. I'm doing a giveaway on that, so if y'all go back and check that out, y'all can see how to enter the giveaway, and you might actually win you this trimmer. Alright, so now I'm going in with my shaver. This is the Prodigy. And all I'm doing is going over everything I did with that trimmer. I'm going over that with the shaver. That way it gets it all down the skin, gets it as short as possible. That way this haircut lasts, a good amount of time. So I've been having people ask me how I like the dubs, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Honestly, I like those dubs a lot. That's the guards. Remember, that's the double magnetic guards that Gamma makes. I really like them, guys. The only thing I don't like is when I was recording videos, it's hard to actually distinguish the the number, because they all look the same. They're not color coordinated. But I mean, when I'm cutting the hair, it's good. It's just when I actually got to edit it, it's a little more difficult for me to distinguish it. But anyway, going back into this haircut, as you can see, I'm setting in my next guideline. I'm going in with my clipper all the way open. I'm coming up about 3/4 of an inch, and I am using a slight flick out motion. And as y'all can see, I'm gonna do that. Well, here I'm actually not gonna go all around the head, but if I was normally cutting hair, not recording it, I would go all the way around the head. So I'm gonna go halfway around the head basically, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my number 1 guard on here. So this is my number 1 guard with the lever open. I had to think about it, but yeah, it's my 1 guard, lever open. And then I'm coming up another section, same thing, about 3/4. And the only reason why I did it this way, guys, is I wanted to give a different perspective, or basically just give different steps on how to, how to fade, not always the same thing. And now this is the 1.5 guard with my lever open. So as you can see, the closer I'm getting to that ridge area, the more I start flicking out, and I'm coming up and away. That way I don't go too far into this haircut, and that way it leaves a nice squared shape, and it doesn't look too mohawkish and doesn't look too round. Because there has been times where I've done that before, in previous years, and sometimes just not really paying attention. If you don't, flow up and away, then you'll leave the haircut looking too round. And ain't nothing wrong with a little roundness, but sometimes you don't want it too much. Alright, so right here, this is either the 5 or the 6. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't know what it was, but all I did was debulk that area. So I'm guessing it was the 6, because this is the 5. So that was the 6, this is the 5, and I'm still just debulking that area, cleaning that up, bringing that bulk down. That way the sides fade into the top a little easier. And now here is what I believe is the 4 guard. Yeah, it's the 4 guard. And I started off with my lever open, I believe, and then I closed it, and still it's just me doing some down fading, just getting a level playing field. That way I can actually see what I'm working with. Now this is my number 3 guard, and I'm starting off with my lever open, and I'm coming up right below what I just did with that number 4. And I am using that flick out motion, guys. Remember, I don't want to create any lines. I want this to fade nice into the top, nice and easy. So I am using a flick out motion, and I am floating that clipper. And as you can, I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but I did close my lever, and now I'm doing the same thing, coming right below what I do with my 3 guard open. So here is my 2 lever open, and I'm doing the same thing. So I know once I do this with my 2 open and then I close it, basically the top portion of this hair should be faded because I know I went all the way up with the 1.5. So now that that is done, I went back down to my number 1 guard, and I'm starting off with my lever open. And I'm just cleaning up some dark areas, you know what I'm saying? Just making sure I'm getting rid of all these discrepancies. And then I will be closing this lever. As you can see, I just closed it halfway, and I'm still attacking them dark areas, the bottom portion of this fade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go too high into the fade. So I'm knowing exactly where I went with that lever open, and I'm staying below that with my lever halfway open. And then what I'm gonna do is, as y'all can just see there, I just closed my lever, and now I'm attacking the bottom of that section. And for the most part, it's gonna bring it together. Like, obviously I'm still gonna have to hit it with my 0 guard or my 1/16 guard, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good. And now I'm going in with that 1/16 or that 0 guard, whatever you wanna call it, it's up to you. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going in with my lever open, and I'm just attacking the bottom of that fade where you see them dark areas, and I'm just gonna close that lever and adjust it as needed and as much as I need to get rid of them dark areas and them dark spots. So like I was saying, guys, I know it's a little hard to follow along due to the guards, you know what I'm saying? There's no color coordination in them, but you know, they work really good. I like the way they fade into each other. I like the way they feed the hair into the clipper, and that's just my personal opinion on these guards, guys. Like, I've been using them since I got them. I actually got some black ones, and I like the black ones a little better just because I feel that, you know, when you use these metal colored looking ones, you know, the paint comes off and it gets all over your client, and on the black ones, that does not happen. All right, so now as you can see, I'm going in just with my lever open, and I'm just doing some more fading work, and I'm gonna keep adjusting that lever closed until I get that bottom line out. And if I don't get it out with my clipper, then I can always go back in with my trimmer. And as you can see, it looks like my client's having a good time. And that's one thing I say, guys, when we're in the shop, we like to clown, we like to act a fool. And I think, you know, that's what sets us apart from other shops too, because, you know, we be having some conversations, man. We be trying to make people laugh in there. Like, we're a different type of shop, you know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, guys, getting back to this fade, as you can see, it's coming together nicely. We are gonna line him up. We are gonna line up that beard, add some enhancements on the edge up. However, I didn't record that due to this being a video that I was doing for the unboxing. So I'm not gonna show no footage of me doing the razor or doing the enhancements, but just so y'all know, I did add that. So I don't want y'all to be saying Tank be lying, because I ain't lying. I'm letting y'all know now I did this haircut, I added some enhancements, and then so the end, you know, the finished product is gonna be enhanced, just so y'all know. Also, guys, I want to throw this out there. If y'all like any of these tools that you see your boy using, y'all can actually head over to the Gamma Plus website, cop any of these tools, and use my code TANK10, and you'll save yourself some money. All right, so now basically what I'm doing here is I'm putting some finishing touches on this fade. I'm trying to get out that bottom line with that trimmer. And now I'm going back in with my clipper, and I believe this is my 1 guard. This is either my 1 guard or my 1.5. And I'm just doing some detail work, opening and closing that lever as needed to get this blend to come together and just basically make this blend pop even more. Now, as you can see here, guys, I'm using the corner of my blade, using some corner blending, and to me, that, you know, that's it's a step really crucial to making that blend pop. Like, you don't absolutely have to do it, but me, I have to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do it on every cut. You may not be paying attention, or you may not even notice it, but I know I do it, and I just feel, for me, it makes my haircuts come together even better, and I feel that it makes the haircut pop a little more, and all it's doing is blending, you know, being really refined and being really detailed with that blade. Basically, I'm using it like a pencil, like an eraser of the pencil, and just erasing certain little spots instead of you know, taking out a big area. I hope that makes sense. All right, now as y'all can see here, I'm just lining up his beard, and we ain't doing nothing too special, guys. We're just following what we already had there. You know, he comes every week, so I line up his beard exactly the same every week. He did not trim his beard down this time. Same thing with the top guy. Sometimes he trims his beard down, sometimes he doesn't, and this particular time he did not. But y'all check out how that X Evo's working, man. It's cutting like butter. And this was actually after I already gapped my tools. So when I first used them in one of my last videos that I dropped last week, they weren't gapped, they were just straight out the box. And this time around, I actually moved everything closer. I don't want to say zero gap because I still have a little bit of room that I can move my trimmer and my clippers, so they're not 100% zero gap, but they are gapped closer. And for me, you know, that's easier for me. I feel that it gives my cuts a better look, and it's easier for me to just basically I don't know why I said that, but basically for me, it's just easier for my blend to come together. So now I'm just fading in that beard. You know, I started fading it in earlier in the cut, but now I'm just putting some finishing touches on it. Just making sure it blends nicely into the, into that bald fade, and making sure that it fades nicely into the longer hair at the bottom of his beard. Now I'm doing this front lineup. And y'all know how I do it, guys. I like to start in the middle. I set my initial guideline, and then I'm just moving myself over little by little. And then I'm gonna hit that vertical bar, and then I'm gonna make sure that C cup is sharp. And that's basically gonna be it, guys. Y'all make sure to smash that like button, man. Your boy been working. Alright, guys, so this is the finished product. This is after the enhancements. This is after the razor. This is the very end. Y'all let me know what you think about this cut in the comment section, guys. If y'all like this haircut, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. That's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate y'all, YouTube. Until next time, let's go.